Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me, and I'm also going to be announcing the winner at the end of this video. I'm actually going to be using some products that I have never used before. They've been sitting in this box over here and I want to start using them. So as you guys can tell, my voice is kind of scratchy. Unfortunately, me and my family have been sick. We all caught the flu except for my husband, and thank God he didn't catch it, because he was the one going to the store and he was doing things around the house. So thankfully he did not catch the flu, but my daughters did. And well, before I get all into that, let me go ahead and get started with the primer. I got this little sample of that milk gripping primer from Sephora, and I want to go ahead and use it today. I have used it once already and I really liked it. So what they recommend is that you actually press this into the skin, kind of like a patting motion. And it's a lot different than how I use the Cover FX gripping primer. The girl at Sephora told me that when they came and taught the class on how to put this on your skin, that you're actually supposed to just tap it into the skin. So that's what I'm gonna do. So this is really tacky, and it's very gripping. Like I said, I've tried it once and I really liked it. So the day I actually wore the primer, I did not check to see if it covered my pores. I'm only going to use this e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer on one side of my face because I want to see how that milk primer does with pores. I don't remember if it said whether it was good for pores or not, but it looks really good on the skin. So I'm just going to use the putty on like one side of my face. Okay, so for my under eye area, I am going to use this Smashbox Photo Finish Hydrating Under Eye Primer. You guys know that I've been loving the Becca Anti-Fatigue Primer, but I'm going to go ahead and use this one because I used to use this all the time, and I recently wanted to go back to it and see if it still worked for me, because this stuff really hydrates my under eyes. And because I've been sick, this might actually help with my dry area underneath my eyes. So I'm just gonna pat that in. Feels really nice and hydrating. And I just put a little bit, just enough to cover that area. Packaging looks a little different than it did before. It looks like it might have a more iridescent color to it, but when I used it, the product itself hasn't changed. I'm gonna put my eye primer on, and of course I'm using the MAC Prep and Prime 24-Hour Extended Eye Base. So as I was saying before I got started, my kids and I got sick. And my kids are older, mind you. They are way older. They're in college. So both of the girls got sick. It actually started with me. So I had come home from work one day. I was really tired because I had been really busy at work. My throat started hurting, and it hurt really bad. And it hurt like more of like a sore throat. And then from there, my nose started running really bad. After that, I don't remember getting a fever. I don't remember like having a headache or anything. I do remember that I felt like super tired and just like really weighed down and just weak. And so I remember sleeping a lot the day that I came home, and I actually slept on the couch. So since I had that sickness and that flu, I was actually exposing everyone who was home that day, and my husband was actually at work. So yeah, my girls got exposed to what I had. Let me tell you what I'm going to use for my eyes today. I'm going to use the LA Girl, the Nudist eyeshadow palette. I picked this up at CVS, and I think they had a sale, like buy one get one half off or something. I heard some good things about these new palettes that they came out with. So this is what the palette looks like. It is a nude, kind of neutral palette. There are a lot more matte shades in here than there are shimmer shades, which is fine with me because a good matte shade is always good. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with the Morphe M433 brush. And I'm actually gonna go with this shade here. There's no names on here, guys, so I'm just gonna point to the shade that I'm using. But this is the shade right here. It's more of a peachy shade, and I'm gonna put that all over my lid. It looks like it has okay color payoff. It looks okay. It's not as opaque as I thought it was gonna be. I'm gonna use this same brush, and I'm gonna go into this really, it's like a peach shade, and I'm gonna put that in my crease. So like I was telling you guys, my girls got exposed to the flu, and it started with my oldest first. After I came home and I was sick and I fell asleep on the couch, I slept pretty much all day. The next day, I had a really bad cough. So it actually started really early in the morning and I was just coughing and coughing. And I mean, it was bad. There was so much congestion and I really thought that I didn't have the flu. I thought that I had just like allergies with the weather changing. You know, it was hot and then cold and hot and cold. I just felt like that was part of it, you know, that I was just trying to get acclimated to the weather change and my body just wasn't doing it. And so that's how I got sick. But come to find out, that wasn't the case. I actually had the flu. The next day, after I had that cough, you know, I was still feeling bad and I did sleep a lot that day as well. But then that evening, my oldest daughter came to me and she says, "Mom, my throat is sore and I have a runny nose." And at the time, I didn't know I had the flu. So I was like, well, maybe it's just the change of weather, you know. So I gave her like a Claritin and, you know, Mucinex. And turns out in the morning when she got up, she had like 102.7 fever, which scared the heck out of me because the allergy stuff is not going to cause that high of a fever. We ended up taking her to the doctor immediately and they tested her for the flu. They told her, "You have the flu," and they gave her Tamiflu. So we immediately went to CVS, got Tamiflu. I, you know, ended up buying like Pedialyte and, you know, stuff to get her hydrated because they say you're supposed to drink lots of fluids, you know, so that you can get better quicker. My kids have not had the flu since they were little. It was weird that, you know, she was so sick because I haven't seen my child that sick in a long time. So the same day that my oldest daughter went to the doctor and we went to CVS, my other daughter was texting me saying, "My throat hurts," and she started having a runny nose. Same thing. So I was like, she probably has the flu. So I called the doctor, got an appointment in the morning, and then we went to the doctor's office. They tested her for flu, and of course, she had the flu. So we were all around here wearing masks, you know, making sure that when we coughed or when we ate, that we always put on hand sanitizer, that we were washing our hands all the time. And my hands are super dry because I've been washing them so much. It's been, I want to say, 3 days since my daughter was diagnosed with the flu. Now, mind you, I never went to the doctor to get diagnosed with the flu. I just assumed that's what I had because I had the same symptoms. And the thing of it is that I got over mine a lot quicker than my girls did. I didn't really have a fever, but we all had the same symptoms other than the fever. Anyway, everybody's doing a lot better now. And like I said, fortunately, my husband did not get the flu, which I'm so thankful for. My girls, they're doing a lot better now. My oldest is up and doing things. That Tamiflu really, really works. It like kicks the flu's butt when you take it. I'm so glad that we got that for both girls and they started taking it. And I've just been taking like these immune supplements. I've been juicing a lot. I've been doing it naturally, doing a lot of teas, and I don't feel sick anymore. I just sound really sick. So it's been crazy around here, and I'm just glad that we're getting to the end of this sickness because it was horrible. So for this shade that I put on, as y'all can see, it is pigmented. So I really love this shade. It's just a beautiful peach shade. The next shade I'm going to go into is this shade here. And it's a little bit darker than that peach. And I'm going to use that same brush. I'm just going to go like more into the crease. Not so much above the crease like I did with the other shade. This week was actually my youngest's spring break. She had spring break this week, and we actually were planning to do a bunch of things with them this weekend, and that didn't happen because of the flu. Today's Saturday, and she's gonna be stuck in the house because she's still getting over it. But hopefully by tomorrow's Sunday, hopefully she'll be a lot better and she'll be able to get outside and not do anything like crazy, but just get out and do something. I feel super bad because it is her spring break and I wanted to do so many things with them and we just couldn't. We were gonna go to Austin and I'm glad that we didn't book that because this happened and we would have probably lost out. So I love this shade, guys, by the way. You know, it's probably gonna be a shade that I already have, but I will say that it does look really nice and pigmented, so I really like that. I think I'm gonna try this shade right here. I don't know if you can see, but it's this one right here. It's nice and kind of shimmery, but it has a little bit of glitter to it. So I'm gonna try that one, and then we'll see where it goes from there. So I'm going in with the MAC 242 brush, and I'm gonna use that shade right there. Yeah, this is not coming off really well. I'm gonna spray it with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Coconut Primer. I'm just gonna spray my brush a little bit, and then I'm gonna try to go back into that shade to see if it'll do something. Nope, not really. See, it looks kind of dull. Okay, so I'm gonna go into the shade next to it, that shade right there. This one's a little bit more of a gold champagne. It's not doing much for me either. And I'm using this brush wet and it's still not doing much for me. Yeah, I'm not liking that. This eye is a little bit darker than this one because I put that other shade, so I'm just gonna go over this one with that other shade, only because I want it to be even, because I'm not gonna redo my eyes. No, these shimmer shades in this palette are not doing what I want them to do. They're kind of weak. Anyway, we're just gonna leave it like that, but I don't know. This is not really what I expected it to be. I heard some good reviews about it, but it's not doing what I thought it was gonna do. I'm gonna darken up that crease a little bit, and I'm gonna go in with this M506 by Morphe. It's a tapered fluffy brush. So I'm just gonna go into this brown shade here just to deepen it up a little bit. It seems like the matte shades in this palette are super pigmented, and the shimmer shades just don't, at least the ones that I use, don't give off much pigmentation. I'm gonna have to blend this in because it looks kind of splotchy. Yeah, it looks really splotchy. Well, I'm just gonna take a clean brush and blend it, kind of smooth all that out. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it like that. Okay guys, so I went ahead and did my foundation off camera. I did not want to show you the foundation because I'm actually going to be doing a review on this foundation, and it will go in before this video. So I'm going to link a card right here if you want to see what foundation it was, and also my thoughts of the foundation. So for concealer, I am going to go in with this Smashbox Studio Skin Flawless 24-Hour Concealer. I have used this concealer once or twice, but I'm really going to be testing it out today. It does go on like pretty good, but it doesn't give like super full coverage. So just be mindful of that. It just really isn't a full coverage concealer. That's why I'm on the fence about it. I am going to be testing it out one more time today to see if it really holds up and to see if I like it. I feel like it gives good coverage, but maybe not enough coverage. But it wouldn't be a bad concealer like for those everyday looks, you know, like if you're just doing a quick everyday makeup look, nothing like full glam. And it's really moisturizing under the under eyes. Another thing that I found is like when I press it into my under eyes, it seems like it lifts onto the sponge. I don't know, like it's sticking to the sponge. So I have to go very gentle when I press this in because it looks like it lifts the product up. So I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's what it feels like. So to set my under eyes, I'm gonna go in with this Ofra pressed powder. So it's actually like a banana pressed powder. It is in the shade Banana. I don't know if you guys can tell because it's so white, but this is actually what the product looks like. There's a little mirror in here as well. So I'm gonna set my under eyes with that. Just using this little brush that I got from Laura Geller. I really like this because it's super soft and it goes right underneath that eye to set that eye powder. Oh, it set it really nicely. Looks really smooth under there. Not bad. And now I'm going to set my face with the Physicians Formula Healthy Powder. So I want to use this Primer Infused Bronzer by e.l.f. I got this at Walmart and I got the shade Forever Sunkissed. I do have the e.l.f. Primer Infused blushes and I really, really like those. So I'm hoping I'll like the bronzer as well. So here's what it looks like. It does look a bit light. Hopefully it'll look good on my skin tone. Oh, that's nice. It's a very matte bronzer. There's like no shimmer to it, which I do like. I like bronzers with no shimmer, with shimmer. I like them all. Oh man, that looks really gorgeous on the skin. I don't know guys, I'm not feeling this eyeshadow, but we'll talk about it in a minute. Okay, so I have these two new blushes from Wet n Wild. I have Keep It Peachy and I have Blazen Berry. I really love the Wet n Wild blushes. I probably have all of them, but these are two new blushes to the line, and I have used Blazen Berry. I think this blush is so gorgeous. I'm gonna swatch it for you guys so you can see. It is so beautiful on the skin. It has like this really nice glow to it, but it has like a kind of a rustic berry shade. But look how gorgeous that is. So I have worn this one. So because I haven't worn Keep It Peachy, I'm gonna go ahead and use this one today. Plus I think it'll go good with these warm tone eyes. So let me go ahead and get a blush brush. So I'm just using just this BH Cosmetics brush. It's the number 2. It's my Ray Ray brush. I'm just gonna dip my brush in there. Oh wow, I love this shade. What do you guys think? It's so pretty. Okay, that is gorgeous. I love this. And I'm not surprised because like I said, I really love the Wet n Wild blushes. And then for highlighter, I am going to use this Golden Flower Crown by Wet n Wild. I did mention this and Bloom Time in my favorites. If I'm not mistaken, I did mention this one, or I did a swatch of it. I can't remember. But I want to go ahead and use it today over that blush. I'm just using Wet n Wild P75 brush. I have used this once before, but every time I put it on, I think it's so beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows off camera, and then I'm gonna grab like something to put on my eyelids. I don't know, I'm just not liking the eyes, so I want to brighten them up. Let me go ahead and do my eyebrows and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I did my eyebrows and I want to go in with this Kaja eyeshadow, and I want to go ahead and use like this peachy gold here just to put on the lids, just to kind of brighten things up. I'm gonna go ahead and go back in with the MAC 242, and I'm just gonna place that on my eyelid. Oh yeah, this is gonna make it look way, way better. Oh my gosh, I love these. Of course, Kaja is not a new product that I am using. I have used these for a while now, and I can't say enough about them. They're just some of the most gorgeous glimmer, shimmer eyeshadows out there, and they're very, very reasonable. You get like 3 shades in one package. It also comes with a mirror, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, that really livened up the eyes. It looks really nice. So I'm just gonna go back in with the Nudist palette, and I'm gonna use some of the shades for my bottom lash line. I'm going in with the Sigma Exact Blend E32. I'm gonna use that just to kind of, you know, smoke out the bottom lash line. Not too much because I don't want it to be too smoked out today, but I'm going in with this deeper shade here, and I'm gonna just go right there on the lash line. Just a very gentle, smoky eye. I'm gonna go ahead and go into this brown right here, and I'm just going to put that closer to the lash line. Same brush, just putting very little, kind of just pressing it in there. So I'm gonna go in with this liquid Catsuit High Shine lipstick, and this is in Cedar Later. If you guys haven't tried these, they're super, super good. And I'm just gonna put that all over, a nice brown color, but I'm gonna go into the center with a nude because I wanna lighten it up a little bit. So I'm gonna go into the center of my lips with another liquid Catsuit High Shine lipstick, and it's in the shade Send Nudes. That looks really pretty. Now I'm going to finish it off with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Rose 3-in-1 Primer. As you guys know, I have the coconut one and the cucumber. So I finally found the rose one, and because I found the rose one, I went ahead and bought another one to add to this giveaway. That's my first time using it, and it smells so good. This one sprayed a little splotchy, but it'll dry. All right, I'm gonna let this dry. I'm gonna go ahead and take these clips off, and then we're gonna come back and find out who the winner is. Okay guys, I'm back. Before I go and pick the winner, I'm gonna go over the products very quickly so that I can tell you my thoughts on these products. Okay, the LA Girl, the Nudist palette, I wasn't really impressed with this palette. I think the matte shadows were really beautifully pigmented, but I don't feel like they blended as well as I wanted them to. Not only that, those two shimmer shadows that I used, they didn't really come off as pigmented as that I wanted them to, and they looked like a bit splotchy. So that's why I had to go in with the Kaja eyeshadow, because I felt like it just didn't have any effect on the eye look. So this palette is actually gonna go back because it just didn't perform like I wanted it to. So for the Smashbox concealer, I had been trying it out at least 2 times before today, and today is gonna determine whether I take it back or not. Because like I said, it's not really full coverage, it's more of a medium coverage, and it does come off, you know, on my sponge when I try to blend it on my under eye. So yeah, today is gonna determine whether this is gonna work for me or not. Okay, so for the Ofra banana powder, this powder went on so beautifully under the eyes, and it still looks beautiful. It has set my concealer so nicely. It makes that concealer that I'm having some doubts about, it makes it look really good. So far this banana powder looks really good on the under eyes. The Smashbox Hydrating Under Eye Primer, like I said, I have used this before, but it's been a long while, and I wanted to try it again, and I don't know why I stopped using it before. I really don't, because I really thought it was good before. I think it's because I want to try so many new products that I kind of forgot about this one. So anyway, it does still work just as well as it did before. So yeah, I'm gonna start using this again along with the Becca, just use them interchangeably, and yeah, so I really like this. The Wet n Wild Color Icon Blush in Keep It Peachy. Love this, love the way it went on. It's such a great color, and it's gonna be a great color for spring. This one looks like the one called, I can't remember the full name of it. I think it's called Apricot or something like that. It doesn't look exactly like that one. That one is totally different than this one, but this one is gorgeous on the skin. So far for the Milk Primer, the foundation looks really good over it. It did grip onto the foundation. I could feel that it really held onto the foundation when I was actually applying it. So we'll see throughout the day how my skin reacts to the Milk Primer. And I'll also look to see if it makes my pores look any different as opposed to the e.l.f. Poreless Primer. So I'll put in the description box whether I like the Milk Primer or not, because like this is the second time that I've used it, and it looks really good so far. Okay, so for the e.l.f. bronzer, guys, I really like this bronzer. I thought it was gonna be really light on my skin, and it's not. It looks really nice. It gave a really nice color to the skin, and yeah, I'm hoping it works just like the primer infused blushes. So yeah, I think that's it for all my new products. So let's go ahead and get into picking the winner. Everybody's name is in this jar. I'm just gonna kind of swish it around, and then I'm gonna pick a name. I'm actually gonna pick a name with these tweezers because my hand doesn't fit in this jar. It's too small. Shake it up real good. Okay, so I'm gonna go in. Oh, it dropped. The winner is Thomas. I don't know if you can see your name there. I think that's how you say it. I think it's Thomas. It's I-F-E Thomas. So you are the lucky winner for this giveaway. So I want to say congratulations to you. And if you'll send me your contact info, that way I can go ahead and send you all of your goodies. So thank you guys so much for being a part of this giveaway. I really appreciate those of you who came on my channel and actually participated in the giveaway. And I really hope that those of you who are newly subscribed, that you will stay subscribed, because I really enjoy you guys being here and I love doing videos for you guys. So thanks again, guys. I really appreciate you. Thanks for your support, and we'll talk to you soon.